Let's bake these delicious, light and fluffy, simple dinner rolls for your next family or friends get together. I'm Rhiannon, owner of the Epsom Bakehouse, and if you'd like more bread making tips, recipes, information about all my online courses and more, sign up for my regular newsletter via the link below this video. And subscribe to the channel for more bread making tips to help you bake great, delicious bread at home. So keep watching for a step-by-step process on making these delicious dinner rolls with me. You can find all the ingredients and the recipe below this video or click the link below this video for more information. First thing you're going to do is add the yeast into some very gently warmed milk. So this should be no hotter than your hand. Add the yeast in, give it a stir and leave it to one side to start getting bubbly. Even if you're using the instant yeast that you can normally just add straight into your dry ingredients, pop it into the milk to give it a head start and make sure you have beautifully risen, fluffy dinner rolls. While your yeast is activating, mix up the dry ingredients. So you've got your strong white wheat bread flour, and you're going to add a little sugar, totally optional. You don't have to add this in, as there will also be sugar in the milk. But if you'd like, maybe about 20 grams or a tablespoon of sugar, and also about 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of salt. Give those all a stir together. And now you're going to add in the liquid part of your recipe. So as well as the milk, and you could use all milk or use all water in this, but adding some milk in again contributes to that lovely, light, fluffy final roll. So I'm going to use half and half water for this. And weighing in the water, as 1 milliliter of water weighs 1 gram. And then finally, your yeast and milk mixture, which should now, if you've left it for 5–10 minutes, be bubbling away on the surface with lots of gas because your yeast should be active. And now start mixing it all together. And of course, you could do this in a mixer as well if you prefer to bring yours together that way. Just make sure if you're using a mixer that you start it on a low speed to create that ball of dough, and then just 2 to 3 minutes of kneading, and then check if your dough is kneaded enough and give it a little more time if necessary. The mixer will, of course, do this process a little bit quicker for you. Then turn your dough out onto an unfloured surface and start kneading. Make sure you get that dough really stretchy and elastic. Don't be tempted to put any extra flour down, as you'll dry out your dough and it won't become stretchy and elastic. And you need that for your dough to rise and to get that light, fluffy dinner roll that you've been dreaming of. Once your dough has started to become stretchy and elastic, it's time to add your final ingredient, some butter, a little bit more enrichment that will make your doughs even more soft and fluffy. So take cubes of butter and just work it into your dough. And again, you can add these as cubes of butter into your mixer as well and allow them to be absorbed into the dough. So once you've added in your butter, your dough should be looking smooth, stretchy and elastic. And especially if you are doing this in a mixer, do check that you've not over kneaded your dough. You can just take a large chunk of your dough and stretch it out until you can see the light through it without it breaking. And that means you've kneaded that dough enough. And now, of course, it's time to rise your dough. So pop it back into the bowl, cover it well, and leave it somewhere not too warm, perhaps just on the side, maybe under some hob lights, then on the side in your kitchen to rise for at least an hour until it's well risen and filled out with gas. And now your dough has risen and you're ready to shape this into rolls. Your dough should have really puffed up in the bowl and you should be easily able to knock it back. Turn it out now onto an unfloured surface and then divide up into equal pieces of between about 70 and 90 grams each. Weigh out your pieces if possible to make sure you get them about equal so they bake equally too. Then take each piece and form it into a ball of dough so that it has a nice smooth top, and you'll get a really well risen roll out of that. Do that now for each piece of dough that you have. And then pop your shaped dough into a prepared tray or deep dish like this, a baking dish. So they're all nestled in, ready to bake. You might want to line it with a bit of greaseproof paper as well. And then you're going to cover that over and leave it to rise again for at least another 45 minutes to an hour. And then once your dough is all risen, you're ready to bake this at 210 degrees centigrade. And there you have your dinner rolls, delicious, fresh out of the oven after about 10 to 12 minutes baking time. Check that they are baked fully through and then set them to cool. And if you'd like a little bit extra gloss on top, then brush them whilst they're still warm with a little bit of melted butter for that beautiful finish before you serve them. And there you have your finished dinner rolls. Enjoy baking along with this recipe and do let me know how your rolls turn out. I love to see what you bake at home, and enjoy sharing these at your next gathering with friends and family. Subscribe now to the channel for more bread making tips, and you can sign up for more bread making tips, recipes, information about my online courses and more via my regular newsletter. Just find the link below this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.